Welcome to CITAM ChurchOnline. Have you ever wondered whether you should follow the rules of the government, whether you should be submissive to the government of the day? Join me today as we discuss in this series Following the Master, but today following the Master in submission to government. My name is Jotham Munene from CITAM Mombasa. Welcome. We take our reading from 1 Peter chapter 2, and today we are beginning with verse 11. And I'm going to read, "Beloved, I beg you as sojourners and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul, having your conduct honourable among the Gentiles, that when they speak against you as evildoers, they may by your good works, which they observe, glorify God in the day of visitation." Verse 13, "Therefore, submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether to the king as supreme, or to governors, as to those who are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers and for the praise of those who do good. For this is the will of God, that by doing good you may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men, as free, yet not using liberty as a cloak for vice, but as bold servants of God. Honor all people, love the brotherhood, fear God, honor the king." Now, if you listen to the entire reading that we've done today, something stands out, and that is be honorable. In other words, we are being called to have honorable conduct among the Gentiles and as we relate to the government. Reminds me of how they call themselves in parliament honorable members. And we as believers are to have honorable behavior and conduct. And then Peter says that we are sojourners and pilgrims. In other words, we are in this world, we are citizens of Kenya or which other country that you are part of, but we are not here to stay. We are sojourners and pilgrims, and because of that we have to abstain from fleshly lusts. We cannot get caught up with the things of this world because we don't belong here. So in the things that we do, we have to show ourselves in an honorable way, and part of that honor is to submit ourselves to government. So believers are to pay their taxes, are to file their returns, are not to cheat on the things that they do with government. They are to fulfill their civic duty. Believers are to vote. Believers are to voice their concerns. Believers are to hold the government accountable. In as much as we obey the government, we've got to also hold them accountable. We cannot just keep quiet when evil is happening. But you speak up honorably, you always show respect, but you always speak to the government. And like recently I posted on my social media, I said the leaders need to stop their public rallies, public political rallies, and I said it in an honorable way, and I'm glad that at least we are seeing that stopping because of course the pandemic that we are struggling with. So get involved in legislation, get involved in holding them accountable, get involved in supporting government, support the police, support the courts, support the things that stand for good governance. The only place that we are not to be involved in government is when the government is against the principles of God, all right? Like the time when this same Peter and John were being told not to preach in the name of Jesus. Now in that case, obedience to Jesus and to God comes higher than the government of the day. But so long as the government is not interfering with that, we are to be honorable in the way that we obey. And even if we have challenges, even if we have challenges to bring to the government, we still do that in an honorable way. So we are to follow the Master in submission to the government that God has given to us. I trust that this has been a blessing, and that you will, give us feedback through the social media platforms you see down there. You will share this video, you subscribe if you haven't, and let us know what you think. This is Jotham Munene, CITAM, Mombasa. God bless you.